here, the Rad Company, and welcome to Wash Wednesday. And in today's video, it seems our guest is running a little late.
Hey, Anthony.
Jake, what are you doing here?
I just got off the country club.
That was literally a year ago.
Yeah, I knocked a few strokes off my game.
Well, what happened with the red Mercedes?
Oh, I was in the bunker chipping out. I hit a guy in the green, and he said he's got this for sale. It's a 2021 Kawasaki KLX 300, so we made a deal, and I traded it straight across.
Well, hell yeah. You want to watch this thing?
Let's go. I'm ready
Let's
to clock
go.
in.
Let's
Yeah,
do
baby.
it.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, guys, so Jake is back for round two, but with something a little bit different. Technically, this is the first motorcycle we've ever had on a Wash Wednesday, and you got this thing pretty dirty for us.
Yes, sir. It's a dirt bike.
So I think it'll make for some good content. So yes, we are going to be cleaning a bike today. I myself have a couple bikes I like to clean and maintain, but they have never seen this level of filth, and I don't think they ever will because, Jake, you're kind of a monster.
A little bit.
All right, so what we're going to do today, make this very simple. I'm going to show him how to clean a bike properly because honestly, he's never cleaned it before. So what do you think is going to be first?
Probably get it wet.
Yes, get it wet.
We got some water around here?
Yeah, we got a little bit of water.
A little bit of water?
Yeah, a little bit of water.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's not wrong. We are going to get it wet. We're using a pressure washer. We're using some snow foam, some citrus-based snow foam, right? Really clean this thing off, help degrease a lot of that stuff. We're going to be protecting it with a little bit of Bead Maker on these plastics and whatnot, right? Keep it looking good for longer. So anyways, so that's going to be the plan for today. I'm excited. I know you're excited. Not a lot of surface area, so this is going to be going pretty quick, but we're also going to be lubing the chain after we're done because we want to keep you safe on the road and on your dirt adventures. What do you think?
Am I getting paid hourly or commission?
We haven't really established that yet. I can pay you in Pepsi products.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
All right, deal.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So what I've heard is the seals on the axles themselves, you want to keep the pressure washer away. They can get wet themselves, but you don't want to put high pressure on those because you don't want to get water in the seals.
Okay, well, and then other people are concerned about the electronics, right?
Yeah.
They think, okay, what if water gets up here on the clamshells? What if water gets on the dash? What if this water gets on the engine? Things like that. Spray
her down.
If it was shaft driven, if it was belt driven, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to get everything wet, but since we're working with a chain and we're going to be using something with some citrus cleaning power, I want to replace the lube on that chain.
Yes, sir. The only thing I did learn from you is before you wash a motorcycle, you want to make sure the exhaust is cooled down because it'll leave water spots if you spray it while it's hot. Is that correct?
You are correct, right? And if you were doing this at your house, right, and you were using something, hard water at your hose, that would be an instantaneous thing. Fortunately, inside here, we have spotless water, so it's nothing to worry about, but you are correct. I like to wait till a bike is completely cooled down before spraying it off. All right, what do you think?
Looks clean to me.
Oh, well, it's not. It's just wet.
Well, all the mud's on the ground. Aren't I good to go?
Well, so here's the thing, Jake. It's unfortunate. Most of the people I meet, right, that ride motorcycles, they think that this is all there is.
Yeah.
Right? Rinse it off, and if you drive fast enough, it drives itself, right?
100%.
See, and that's why you're here. So I can teach you the correct way. So I can walk you through how to make this thing look like showroom condition all the time. So you don't want to take it off-road anymore.
Debatable.
Oh, okay, all right, because you did take this straight from the showroom into the dirt.
Yes, sir.
All right, so different kind of person, different strokes for different folks. I respect that. So we rinse everything down, right? And obviously everything's wet. We got a lot of that loose dirt off, a lot of that sand off. And actually at this point it looks pretty dang good, except we haven't really cleaned it, right? All these plastics are still contaminated. There's still plenty of dirt everywhere. So we actually do need to agitate things via some soap and some foam and some brushes. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab some wheel cleaner as well. So after we get everything cleaned off, we'll go through with some wheel cleaner, probably Magic Wheel Cleaner. I think it works really well, and we'll go from there. So at this point, we're gonna foam everything down. How would you like to have the honors of foaming your motorcycle?
Pitter patter, let's get at her. Pepsi's good though.
Yeah, you were literally on one knee, spraying foam everywhere.
Yeah, cheers for chugs, bud.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like he's done a pretty good job. He's made quite the mess. All right, I think. So, all right. So I think
we good?
I think we have enough foam on here. Holy smokes, this is going to be dangerous. So, what do you think, though? Fun?
It was a little fun. I got a little carried away.
Yeah, I can see that. So, what do we do from here? Oh, you're here because you want me to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, what
I'm
we're going
just
to
the
do?
apprentice.
We're going to grab a chenille mitt. We're going to come through and we're going to knock out all of the paintwork, aka the plastics, right? So, I'm going to set my drink down. Do you mind? So, let's grab a chenille mitt. Let's get to washing and get to brushing. All right, Jake, so we use citrus foam today, aka W4 from G-Technic, because it is a foam pre-treatment that has some cleaning ability to it, meaning that it'll start to break down the bug guts, encapsulate a lot of that dirt, and pull things off to make it safer. You could use a pH-balanced soap if this thing was protected, or if you had a really nice example of a bike.
We got one behind us.
No.
No?
No,
Why?
it's
Because
pretty
it
nice.
doesn't have a boxer engine with the BMW badge on it, huh? Huh?
I feel like that was rather personal. So anyways, getting into this, we're going to pull out our chenille mitt here. So I like to use the chenille because I feel like the chenille can get to the contours of a motorcycle relatively easily. You could use this for the engine once it's cool, obviously, but on the plastics I think it's fantastic because anything that has aggressive body lines to it, it's able to get in there with all these nice little, kind of like dreadlocks, right? Being able to get in there and really clean up. So we also have in my bucket of treasures here, two brushes. 2 Detail Factory brushes and the Ultra Fine. So if we wanted to go to the boar's hair, you can go to the boar's hair as well. But what color would you want to choose?
I like the purple.
It's calling to you, right?
It is.
Purple's calling to you? That's
Yes.
totally fine. I'll stick with the pink. But let's go ahead and start knocking out the plastics first. And I'm going to kind of guide you around the bike, telling you what areas that I typically brush when I'm detailing motorcycles.
Okay, so if we're ready, I just start going like this?
Yes, it's going to be something like that. You're going to Bob Ross it, but
Okay, the little Bob Ross.
yeah, little Bob
Pinkies
Ross.
out?
Yeah, paint some happy clouds.
Yes.
So let's start working from top to bottom here. About this bike. We've been joking around about this entire process. How do you like it?
I
KLX
love it.
300.
It's a great bike, pretty much all stock. The only thing I've done to it is obviously some essentials. The bash plate on the bottom here in case you hit some rocks. The crash guards to protect your levers, which I have used a handful of times already. I did go ahead and put a 30mm bar riser on this thing. I'm 6'3", 230 pounds, so I'm a big boy, so standing up I need a little bit more height out of the handlebars themselves. With that being said, I went ahead and put IMS Super Stock foot pegs on this thing. They're about double the width of stock foot pegs. So standing up, long trips, like I said, I'll do 200-300 miles in a day. So those are absolutely essential for those longer rides. My favorite mod though is a $20 seat cover from Coleman, the Mad Dog. $20 makes a world of a change. When you're on the bike for 10 hours at a time, you definitely need a little seat cover on that. So I'm still running the stock Dunlop 605s. So when that rear tire gets worn out, I'm probably going to replace it with the same Dunlop 605. The front tire kind of sails in that loose gravel a little bit, so I'm probably going to go a little bit knobbier when I have to replace that. For a beginner bike, it's $5,800, street legal. I got to go use and abuse it, take it up fire lookouts, and get into some gnarly country that normally I wouldn't be able to get into. So,
exactly. Well, it's awesome, dude. I mean, I think that for somebody that rides it as much as you do, and you have been over the last few months, I think that this is a good bike, man. I think that you're going to get a lot of miles per gallon on this thing.
A lot of miles per gallon.
Yep.
Talking about that, this gets about 60 miles to the gallon.
Jeez, what
so
a
with
hog.
gas prices going
Yeah.
up, I'm happy with it. The only thing is it comes with a 2-gallon gas tank, so
Okay.
I normally put a jerry can on the back. You just got to be prepared for that because no one wants to get stranded out there in the mountains. So.
Nope, nobody does.
am I good to put my brush down?
You're good to put your brush down. Yep, yep. You've Mr. Miyagi'd everything that you need Mr. Miyagi and Bob Ross. Looks good. Perfect. Awesome. So here's that tool I was talking about. The Metro Blaster Sidekick. This is, every motorcyclist probably should have this in their garage. I think it's really handy. If you have an ego blower, if you have a normal leaf blower, those work as well. I just feel like these are a little bit more precise. So what I like to do first is blow dry everything, get as much of that resting water off the bike as possible, because technically you're riding this back to the country club, right?
Yeah, they got my ties waiting for me.
All
But
right.
seat's a little wet, so I'm probably going to stick around with you guys for a little bit. Maybe get some lunch, some grub.
Oh.
Talk about the shoot today.
Fine. Yeah, a couple, maybe an hour or two.
Yeah, maybe 3, 4. I
Okay.
said I was getting paid hourly, so I figured I'd stick around.
Yeah, all right, about that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dry everything off. I'm gonna let you give this a run too, so you can try it for yourself, and maybe down the road you'll pick one up. So and then we're gonna grab some towels. Bead Maker, knock out all the plastics, take this thing back outside, hit this thing with some chain lube. What do you think?
Good to me.
Let's do it.
Well, Anthony, you weren't kidding. This thing made it a lot easier.
It does make it a lot easier. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. It's probably one of my favorite tools when it comes to cleaning motorcycles. All right, so now we're moving on to the next step. Did we use Bead Maker in your Mercedes video? Oh no, we polished it.
You did polish it.
Didn't we?
You had me on the little polisher.
God, you already running that thing, man, like
Yeah.
a pro. You look great. So we're not gonna be doing that today. Sorry, they didn't put it into the schedule, you know. And lunch is soon, so we're just gonna put some Bead Maker
As
on.
long as you're buying, I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right, apparently I'm buying. So what we're gonna do today, Bead Maker, right? Same concept as it would be for a car, right? I'm gonna knock out this drying portion since most of that running water is off of the car. We're gonna go windshield first. Now what I like about Bead Maker on the windshield, I do this before every trip. Every time I take a road trip, I always put Bead Maker on it because it makes the bugs just kind of ski off, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're on a kind of
Big
wild
skier.
ride.
They're on a wild ride.
Yes.
Because you don't want to kill them, right? You don't want to smack them. You want to just slide off
Yes.
and continue their life down the road.
Slide off and hit
Just-
you right in the face,
Yeah.
right? And what's cool is you can put Bead Maker on all this, and because these switches are one of the first things to really fade in direct sunlight, I like to put Bead Maker on because it puts UV protection on everything and it keeps them going for longer, making them look nice and black. And especially with this being a new bike, if you get on this now, you don't have to worry about this bike looking 20 years old here in 6 months.
Yep.
Right? So I have another towel that I'm gonna grab for you. Seabass, hit me with that towel. Seabass, hit me with that towel. Nice catch. Good for you. Good for
Boy's
you.
good with his hands.
Okay, so hit these plastics here. Knock out this side of the bike here.
Is there a wiping technique like wax on, wax off, or is it just like a side slide
Honestly,
motion, or is it just whatever you want?
It's get it done. When it comes to dirt bike plastics, I say just get it done. When it comes to plastics like this, though, there's not much damage they can do because these are meant to be able to withstand everything from the road and dirt.
Pristine.
Nice and smooth. Cool, cool. So, all right, so we're gonna take this thing outside, get this chain all lubed up, and then Jake will be on his way. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for Jake's KLX 300. We got the chain looped, got the rear wheel cleaned. Jake, what's your favorite part of today's Wash Wednesday?
Had to be the foam can with the Pepsi in my hand.
Okay, on the one knee,
On the one knee,
just shooting, just lighting it up,
the
right?
boys were guzzing, spraying some foam.
It's crazy.
It was a good day here at the Rag Company.
It was a good day. So that's great to know, man. And I think that you're gonna be ready to ride. Bead Maker's on this bike. Now you're gonna be protected for the future rides to come. Now you do make YouTube videos, right? So if
I
anybody
do
wants to
indeed.
check you out.
YouTube channel is Idaho Adventures Uncut. Facebook, Instagram. I do some blogs on this thing, running up to Alpine Lakes, Fire Lookout. So
A little bit
keep an
country
eye out
clubs.
for my.
A few country
Yeah,
clubs.
the country clubs is the reserve side of my life, so
Oh.
that doesn't see the camera light.
The reserve side.
The reserve side.
Gotcha. All right. Say no more, Jake. Well, thanks for joining us on the show, man. As always, if you guys like this video and want to see more motorcycles, make sure to give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more, and stay tuned for more Wash Wednesdays right here at the Rag Company.